Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, The Wealthy Mindset. It's yours truly, Money Making Mitch. And as usual, guys, this is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence and research. Yes, another video on a Sunday. But why is that? Well, before we go any further, all I ask is for you guys not to forget to hit that thumbs up. It does take a lot of time to do these videos and editing. I could be in the gym right now. But also, I wanted to point out a comment one of my subscribers made that I think was actually genius. His channel is called The Critical Thinker. He commented, he said, whilst Mr. P said Firefly will not sell, then just did a video saying it will sell a lot, you said from the start, meaning me, it will sell in huge numbers. MMM, the best neo YouTuber. He said, thank you, my brother. He said, I recommend from now on, whenever Mr. P do a panic video, and you can see it in the thumbnail, we don't click and give him any views on that video. I actually think that's a good idea because what he's doing is just manipulating, spreading fear in order to get views. And I've said this before, it's really disgusting. And I had to call him out again because my subscriber made a great point. And I truly agree with that. If he does a video and the thumbnail is, oh my God, this is going to be bad. People don't like Firefly. Don't click on the video. And then he'll stop doing that because I truly believe this is only means of income. But anyway, to set the stage for today's video, guys, take a look at this clip and then we shall continue.
Nissan, Honda, Nissan going after Honda. Is this a pragmatic deal, Carlos, or a desperate roll of the dice?
No, in my opinion, it's a desperate move. It's not a pragmatic deal because, frankly, the synergies between the two companies are difficult to find. There is practically no complementarity between the two companies. They are on the same markets. They have the same products. The brands are very, very similar. So in a certain way, from one side, Nissan, it's a desperate move to try to find the future. And from the other side, Honda, which, if I understand well, they were not very excited about this move. But, you know, you have to count with Meti in Japan. That means the Meti had a big say into it. So at the end of the day, they're trying to figure out something that could marry the short-term problems of Nissan and the long-term vision of Honda.
Do you think Nissan is being put? Do you think Honda is being pushed into this deal by the economy ministry? There's politics pushing this deal, Carlos, rather than the value of the deal.
Without any doubt, for me, that means having lived in Japan for so many years, I understand how influent can the Meti be, and I can tell you that from all the data that I received about the performance of Nissan, which has been miserable for the last, at least for the last 2 to 3 years. They have cash problem, they have investment problems, they're being really hammered in the United States. They got practically out of Europe. They're being challenged in China, and there is no plan in front of it. So I can tell you that there is panic mode inside Nissan.
Well, if they're in panic mode, it then pushes the idea that the economy ministry, as you say, are in a do whatever it takes moment for Nissan.
Yeah, well, there is, in my opinion, there is no industrial logic to it. But as you know, there is a moment where you have to choose between performance and control.
Let's just press a little bit more on this. It's going to be tough, as you say, to get the synergies. It's driven by the Ministry of Economy. So there's a political dynamic to this. Is this Japan creating, putting two companies together to really try and stand up to the competition from China? Is that part of the narrative here, Carlos?
Without any doubt. It makes a lot of logic. Today, the Chinese automaker are on the winning side. They became, as you know, the largest exporter of cars. They are the largest maker of EV. They are being successful in a lot of new technology. They're doing fine cars. So in a certain way, yes, it's a defensive mood. It's a defensive mode that's going to be trying to shore up the Japanese industry and avoiding a cataclysm, first a social cataclysm in Japan, and particularly to try to reinforce these companies on the foreign markets.
Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed that clip. It shows the desperation, the blind leading the blind. If you take dog poop in your left hand, you take dog poop in the right hand, and you smack them together, you will still get dog poop. And this is what Honda and their buddy is trying to do. It would be different if they teamed up with a Chinese EV company that is like NIO, that is leading and has vision and has the technology, and Honda has the money, or BMW or whatever. Then yes, they will have a chance. But they're teaming up together and they're both blind. They cannot go anywhere. It shows yet again and solidifies the fact that we are on the right path to becoming millionaires. And we knew this from the very start. China is leaps and bounds ahead in the green energy industry. NIO, due to its battery swapping formula, stands out from the rest, and why we will be number one. Remember that. Another one of my subscribers was saying, people, he's scared to sell too early. He has to wait till, I forget what he said, what year he has to wait till, I think 2026, something like that. So he doesn't pay, high taxes on, gains, high taxes on his gains. Well, this company, I believe, is not going to mature until, like the Emperor said, Emperor William Lee, the CEO, until 2036. So the company will still be growing for a couple years. Remember, we just went from a seedling to a sapling. Right now, we're a sapling that's growing next year into a tree, a powerful tree. But thereafter, there's still growth to where we'll be growing into a massive forest. So you don't want to sell when we're just a small tree or a powerful tree, because by the time we grow into a forest is when multi-millionaires will be created. And that's how you know when to sell your shares. But anyway, the battery swapping moat has shown in the beginning, people were saying, oh, it's cash burn, it's a waste. NIO should just stick to making EVs and turn out a quick profit for us investors. And then it's okay if the company collapsed. That's what was on their mind. But William Lee wants to put the customer first and build a company that will last for many years to come. So what has happened? NIO exceeds 2,900 swap stations in China yesterday, with 1,000 available for Onvo. You heard that right. Excuse me, guys, because we were retrofitting a lot of the stations also to make them ready for Onvo because of the ramp up, and we see the ramp up now. It is unbelievable. The shorts are falling off like crazy. One of my subscribers from England, Herbert, aka Nug Nug, sent me a picture showing how the shorts are falling off now, and rightfully so. They see what's coming next year. To date, NIO has 2,905 battery swap stations in China, 929 of which are located along highways, strategically located, and that was genius. Because if you're going from from home to work, you don't really need a battery swap station unless you live in the cities, which we're also flooding the cities with them. But you need them for long distance travel. And I was talking to a guy yet again yesterday about that. I said, if I'm traveling from Philadelphia, close to Philadelphia to Florida, the amount of times I will have to stop and charge, and imagine if it's freezing rain, if it's snowing, if it's cold, if it's extremely hot, and you have to wait 20 minutes all the time, how annoying that is and how much time it takes out of your commute. So hopefully, with the Orange Line in office as a businessman, we set up business deals with companies here, just like we're doing in China, where everyone benefits, and we flood the market here in America in 2025 as well. Let's see, guys. NIO today announced that it has surpassed 2,900 battery swap stations in China and has reached its goal of 1,000 stations available to its Onvo sub-brand by the end of 2024. The 2,900 NIO swap station is located in Samingsha, Henan province in central China. And you guys know how excited I am. I always do a short video every day, and I want to thank Money Making Melvin. He stays on top of that, our subscriber in Florida. because we understand how important the battery swapping is. So much so that CATL now is trying to scramble and jump in. As part of its efforts to advance its Power Up Counties plan, NIO unveiled a Power Up Counties plan at the Power Up 2024 event on August 20th. With a goal of having its battery swap station network cover more than 2,300 counties in China, 27 provincial level administrations by December 31st, 2025. Do you guys believe we'll be able to do that? I believe so. It also aims to have its charging network cover all counties in China by June 30th, 2025. And if you guys notice, whenever I do a short video, I always mention how many charging stations as well, because we have more charging stations and we keep ramping up and putting them out in a massive way. Li Auto is trying to catch up with us, but they're way behind. Now they are understanding the importance of infrastructure. I've always emphasized on that. And every day we're putting out some charging stations as well, not one charging pile, stations. So the company yesterday put 18 new battery swap stations into operation in China, bringing the total number to 2,905. 18, of which 929 are located along highways according to data. To date, NIO has cumulatively provided about 61.3 million battery swap service and counting. The company has added a cumulative total of 589 battery swap stations so far this year, 589 and counting. The year isn't over. Considering it ended 2023 with 2,316, this lags behind its previously announced plan to add 1,000 new stations, but now the factory is completed for building these battery swap stations, so we shall see what happens. NIO added 80 stations available to Onvo from December 23rd to December 29th. That's how quickly we're ramping up, guys. 80! Bringing its number of battery swap stations available to the sub-brand to 1,000, meeting a previously announced year-end target. So we met our target with that. Onvo officially launched the first model L60 on September 19. For those who don't know, that's our sub-brand under our Alps umbrella. And we're going to put out 2 more brands next year under the Alps. A big 5-seater to compete with Li Auto and a big 7-seater to compete with Li Auto. The NIO brand announced on December 27 that cumulative deliveries of the L60 exceeded our target of 20,100 days from launch. NIO saw the first batch of its latest, and that's why the shorts are panicking and falling off. NIO saw the first batch of its latest 4th generation battery swap station go live on June 13th, enabling direct compatibility with brands including Onvo. Its older 3rd generation stations will need to complete a retrofit to be compatible with Onvo, and that's what they're doing now. In addition to battery swap stations, for those who still don't think this is the company to invest into, NIO has one of the largest charging networks in China. So just with our battery swap stations and charging stations in the future is going to help us skyrocket towards profitability, I believe, by the end of 2025. Because William Lee said by 2026. I truly believe it'll be by the end of 2025 or early 2026. It has 2,545 supercharging stations in China, 2,545 charging stations, offering 11,740 charging piles and 1,672 destination charging stations, offering 13,042 charging piles. NIO's local counterpart Li Auto has also begun to aggressively push, like I was saying, for charging facilities this year in preparation for the launch of more of its battery vehicle models next year. So Li Auto is trying to go complete complete battery cars instead of hybrids. Yesterday, Li Auto announced Weibo that its 1,500 supercharger station went online, with 714 of them located along highways and 786 in urban areas. So our new swap station that just complete building not that long ago, plant in Wuhan to reach capacity of 1,500 in 2025, along with the other one that we have. That's why Emperor William Lee said he's confident we'll do 2,000 plus stations next year. So I hope you guys found this video yet again to be informational, inspirational, and motivational. If so, guys, do not forget to hit that thumbs up because it takes a lot of time to do these videos and editing. And if you haven't yet subscribed, you might want to think about doing so because in this channel, we're waking up the middle class for the first time to get a major piece of the pie from the ground level up as to how the game is played on Wall Street. And like 50 said, we get rich or we die trying, guys.